Hello Leo, welcome back to the illest illuminator. We are going to do the he says she says spread. Happy New Year to everyone. As you guys know, I did not have the best Happy New Year since I had a stroke in my neck and I'm still recovering. Actually, it still freaking hurts. I don't know, I think it's just like, you know, reading all the time and just made a wrong move or something. But anyhow, we're all good. I'm very excited to do your reading. So let's see what we got going on for you. I'm seeing you leaving a situation, a very conflicted situation behind. All right, you may have been, you may have had a lot of investments in this. Could have been a project, could have been a relationship, and you're deciding to transition from that space. So you're not longer in trying to figure out, perhaps you are, but most likely your mental state is willing to move forward and to leave it kind of like a bit behind, right? Like leave it back in 2019 and not turn back the page is what I'm getting here for you guys. For let's see what we have. For those who are new to the channel, welcome as well. This is the He Says She Says spread, where I will discuss both your part and the person that you are dealing with. Usually this is the top row is the feminine energy, which I prefer that it's you that's listening. So if you're a cross watcher and you have the feminine energy here, then you have the masculine energy, so you can switch the roles if you want to. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. What we have for you. Yes, wow, Two of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Eight of Cups in the reverse. So there is someone that you keep on going back and forth with, all right, but you have such a strong love for this individual that you can't seem to let them go. There could have been some kind of codependency either from your side or their side that keeps on drawing you back, like that circle. You cannot seem to break free of that. I feel like you have been very much flexible with this individual, try to love them in many different ways or many different aspects, so to speak. And no matter what you have been trying to do, you keep on going back to this individual because there is just very strong love here. Could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Some of you may have been dealing with multiple people or may have had someone that has been juggling you with someone else, and you just seem to get like you cannot detach from that. And it's part of it is because there is some kind of a codependency, all right, within this situation. So that could have been definitely some of you learning the lesson, all right, of trying to be a bit more independent, even though Leos are very, very independent, but they also have like a very protective energy, right? Like they want to protect the ones that they love, and you seem to have a lot of love for this individual and you don't want to leave them alone is what I'm getting. Let's see what we got going on for the other person. I think also this King of Cups is a healer, right? So you may be wanting to heal this individual, or maybe in the past you have been very much consumed with trying to heal a person. And if you are very empathic, you will automatically be drawn to people that are very hurt, that are very broken, and that need a lot of healing. And you can, have some kind of a Stockholm syndrome. I'm hearing Stockholm syndrome. I don't know why, but that's what I just heard. Stockholm syndrome. So for those who are familiar with that, that's actually talking about, being in love with someone that has caused you a lot of harm yourself. So, or your kidnapper or your whatever. So anyhow, I don't know where we got to the Stockholm syndrome. My goodness, what is going on? Yeah, look at that, the Tower with the Hierophant. So Hierophant in the reverse. So this person just out of the blue just disconnected from this connection, did not want to invest in this connection, or was not taking this the commitment serious. All right, it could have been something major that happened in this person's life where they turned out to be very rebellious. All right, like very rebellious towards rules, towards regulations, towards systems, or and when I say systems, it's just like the more basic stuff that we all have to obey to, so to speak. And this person just like, boom, I don't want to obey to any of the rules, whether it is like friendship or relationship or whatsoever. So that was a radical change. Like whatever happened in the past, it was quite a radical change from this individual. All right, like this, I don't want to be stuck in a position, or I don't want to be stuck in some commitment, or you know, a need for break free. So let's see, what is the current energy for Leo? What is the current energy for Leo, please? Oh, yeah. Wow. All right. So we got the Judgment here, we got the Page of Cups, and then we have the Two of Cups in the reverse. So you're definitely coming to a lot of realizations here. All right. You are most definitely going through an awakening process. It's been such a long time that I've seen this card. Like seriously, the Awakening card has been not popping up in like a very long time. So you're definitely going through an awakening where you're starting to see how little this person gave you, or you may also starting to see new opportunities in love, new innocence in love. You may have been changing your way of expression, all right, the way that you're expressing love as well. I feel like there is definitely some kind of second judgment that is about to come that has to do with someone trying to apologize. All right, you may be apologizing, or you may be forgiving yourself as well. If there was anything that went wrong here, you may be forgiving yourself, and maybe it's the understanding that this person had just like, you know, a radical change that they needed to go through, and that there's nothing that you can do about it. And that awakening is very powerful, as in like, well, you know what, they went through something, and whatever they decided to do, I cannot, you know, you cannot influence that. You have no control over that. And that just gives like a calmness, a serenity to your mind. And I feel like you're going through that process of seeing your past, seeing that you've done everything you could, and nonetheless, you know, this person's behavior was just so out of the blue. There was nothing that you could do about it. And coming to that awakening is just very, very powerful. But that does not mean that the connection is, you know, balanced at this point. There may be a lack of union, lack of seeing eye to eye. But you coming to a peaceful understanding is already a very big step forward, no matter if you are engaged with this individual or not. So let's see what's going on with them. What's going on with this individual? It's very shocking. Like, that's what I'm seeing here with this Tower coming up. It was like a shocking decision, as in like, nope, I don't want to, or nope, this is not going to work. Don't put me in a box is what I'm hearing. Like, perhaps you may have, I don't see you having any judgment, but maybe this person just did not want to be put in some kind of a box, whatever that means. You know, maybe that's something that you need to think about. Maybe you had some, you know, you wanted to see some, I don't know, let's see. Wow. Yeah, this person is very much going through a process. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Look at that. We got the King and the Queen of Cups in just the second row. So we got the Hermit reverse, the Queen of Cups reverse, and the Nine of Wands. So this person is definitely going through a huge transformation. I feel like they are not really open for love at this point. They're quite upside down is what I'm seeing here. They lack some kind of a completion, or some kind of a goal in their life is what I'm seeing here as well. That might be because this Tower hit them, and everything that they believed in when it comes to relationships, and it could have been, you know, it could be like their parents just split up, or you know, something happened, or, you know, their best friend that have been together for 30 years, they split up, and they were like, well, if that's not going to happen, I thought that was, you know, Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston, and if that's gonna crash, or, you know, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, then I don't believe in commitments. So I guess that something radical happened, that this person just changed up completely, and now they are completely closed down, all right, closed off energetically and in love. I feel like they need a lot of time to complete this tower moment that has happened here. And with the 9 of Wands, I feel like they're very much on defense, they're very much on guard when it comes to love, and they're definitely not willing to express how they feel, and they need a lot of time alone. Like, this is a process that they need to go alone. Also, like, the love that they have for themselves, I feel like they're a bit like in this mood of like, I don't believe in love anymore. That's what I'm getting. So that could be definitely something that is temporary, but also something that someone needs to find out on their own. Like, you can love a person, but if that person does not believe in loving themselves or believe in love, then you got like no chance, you know. And that's like maybe the awakening. And let's see, what is the blockage for Leo? Alright, so we got the 6 of Pentacles with the King of Swords in your blockage, both in the reverse. So, you know, when the King of Swords is in the blockage in the reverse, it means that some kind of a truth is being either ignored, or some kind of a truth is not being accepted. Alright, King of Swords in the reverse is definitely not the best card to have. So perhaps there is a lack of clarity, maybe from your end. Maybe you don't believe this person. Maybe there are a lot of you know, mistrust towards this individual. There is a lack of balance, and I feel like you're coming to the realization that you've been overgiven, and what you have received in terms of communication has not been enough. Alright, has not been enough, has not brought you any peace in the situation. And I feel that you know, you should have a clear mind. If this is your energy with the King of Swords, it means that you may be needing to look at things from a more, from a more logical standpoint, all right, not from an emotional standpoint. Because if you look at yourself from the past, where you have been giving everything, and you've loved this person, you tried to heal this person, and it still was not, you know, enough to make the union complete and harmonize, it just means that you've done everything you could. And that's the awakening card of like, okay, well, you know what, I've done all that I could, so there's nothing more that I can do. But what you need to do is to see things from an objective point of view, which maybe you are lacking with this King of Swords. All right, so try to be good to yourself, and try to see things from a more, you know, factual standpoint, because that's the King of Swords. Because if you keep on seeing things from an emotional standpoint, you will only be like, you know, with rose-colored glasses, so to speak. And another point is that you have not been receiving the love that you have been giving, perhaps. And that should be enough truth in the situation, because there needs to be some kind of an equality. If you are the only one that gives and you don't receive, those kind of relationships can never really, you know, prosper, because you need to learn the art of not giving in order to receive, or be open to receive. Blockage for them, Knight of Cups. And the 8 of Swords. This person, I feel like this person is trying to search for love, but in maybe different areas. Alright, so with this 8 of Swords and the Knight of Cups, I don't, like, it's telling me that this person is quite blocked from receiving love, or even they don't how do I say that? They're in this energy of like, I don't deserve love, all right? Because the Eight of Swords is like self-imposed imprisonment and seeing flaws or thinking that you are very stuck or going through a situation over and over again, and or just falling for the wrong people, falling for the wrong person just because something is like, oh, this looks good, or this person has like very nice hair or whatever, I don't care. They fall for it, and that could have been giving them a lot of tower moments. And because they've been choosing the wrong people for the wrong reasons in the past, they're very hesitant in jumping on board. And I feel like something went off in their own life where some kind of a very deep rooted relationship fall apart that is around them. So it could be like the parents' relationship, it's still stuck on them. Like if that couldn't work out, then you know, I don't believe in love. So I'm going back to what I said before. Hopes for Leo. 5 of Wands in the reverse. So you just don't want to have any fights with this individual. Like I said, like you're tired of the conflict. You're tired of not seeing eye to eye with this individual, and you know, you're kind of like wanting to give up now. And I feel like at this point you are going through a judgment, you are going through your awakening, so you have to let spirit guide you and, you know, see your flaws or see things from a different perspective. This is a third eye that is also like opening up. All right, there's a lot of illumination that is going to enter within these you know, 20 days, so to speak. And you need to be as open as possible and just allow the universe to, you know, let you guide with their information, because you are going to receive a lot of downloads from the universe, is what I'm also seeing here. Yeah, because you're sick and tired actually of being, you know, sad and grieving this and, you know, wallowing in the sorrow of it, and you don't want that anymore. Like, you know that your life is precious and that you should not constantly regret everything that you say or do, because if you get into that kind of energy, you are overly empathic and overly emotional, and that's when you need to become like the King of Swords in the upright and, you know, detach yourself from that, because the more empathic you get, the more codependent you get, the more it will exhaust you, and the more you will wallow in that Five of Cups kind of energy, which you don't want. But right now it's in your wishes as well. So we got the Five of Cups, so, you know, maybe it's time for you to allow that sadness to come over you, but then try to see things from a little bit positive perspective, because I do feel with this Five of Cups in your wands, you just want to feel that energy of sadness, and that's also good, and that's all right. So like, don't force yourself to not face the music, but don't stay there too long. All right, don't stay there too long. If it comes to you, you know, my opinion is like, if you get caught up in this kind of energy, try to protect yourself. Try to protect your sanity. Don't start the blame game on yourself. Oh, I wish I could have done that or this. No, because the tower hit on their side. There's nothing that you could do with that tower being hit. So stop blaming yourself is what I'm getting. So let's see. What's their hopes? Wow, the Devil reversed with the Three of Pentacles. If this person has dragged you into a third-party situation, they don't want to be a part of it, all right? This person does slowly but surely on their own coming to their senses that they have been very much restricting a lot in this connection, that they have been very much standing their ground and not wanting to show you any type of, you know, reciprocity when it comes to their emotional sense. Because the Queen of Cups is here in the reverse, Six of Pentacles in the reverse. So they're definitely trying to work on their issues. And there could be also a lot of, you know, this could be like drug issues, or there could be like alcohol issues, or anything in that realm is what I feel. And they may be, you know, trying to gather some help from elsewhere is what I'm seeing here with this Three of Pentacles. So I feel that once this person knows how to detach themselves from negativity, they will be much more collaborative with you. But until then, they need to, you know, for some, they really need to get some external help, is what I do get. You know, take responsibility of their own life. And I feel like it's coming. Like, they internally, if you are in the devil energy, I don't care about how bad you are as a person, or, you know, anything in that realm, people will get the result and the consequences of their behavior, and something in their soul will always try to guide them to release this devil energy. And I feel like it's coming there. It's coming there. What is the outside influence for Leo? What's the influence for Leo? Yeah, this person could be partying a lot as well, alright? Again, I get the feeling that they constantly are searching for, you know, some kind of attention elsewhere. You know, it may be not huge, but they are trying to be romantically involved, but in places where they don't need to put a lot of effort in, all right? Like, they don't need to invest in them, like financially or energetically. So they just want to enjoy life. They just want to be around people, enjoy life, and don't have any investments in people, all right? They don't want to contemplate about the next move. They're not long-term oriented. They just want to be free and, you know, be rebellious. Like, again, I'm getting this rebellious feeling because they have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, Knight of Cups, and the Three of Cups. So that just indicates to me that someone does not want to be bothered with obligations at this point, and not wanting to fight for the real deal, so to speak. Seven of Swords in the reverse with the Four of Wands. But I feel like a lot of people that they have been dealing with are most definitely seeing that they are not very serious, because in their environment there is the Seven of Swords in the reverse. So there are a lot of people who are like, okay, I know what you want. You just want, like, I don't know, a booty call. So you're not honest. You don't, you know, maybe they tell them nice things, but when it comes to the deeds, it's like they're nowhere around. So this individual does not really care. That's why they have the Three of Cups with the Knight of Cups. They're like, oh, if this person figures me out, then I don't care. I'm just going to go on to the next person. And that's why, you know, it's just like a temporary meeting up or temporary enjoyment that I'm seeing here, but it does not have any success, because this person knows that they have some struggles that they need to deal with. And right now, with this Tower and the Hierophant in the reverse, they're just in this, like, I don't really care attitude. Like, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do, and we'll see how it goes. And that's just, you know, that's just the situation right now. And maybe they need that for their own soul's growth, you know. You can't, that's what I'm saying, like, that's your awakening, that some people need to be rebellious, need to shed those, you know, how do you say that? Like, they need to be that rebellious, crazy, I don't care what is going to happen tomorrow attitude. Maybe they need that in their life at this point, whether it's good for them or not. You do have attraction here. Let's see what else. Wow. Attraction and pleasure. Alright, so how funny is that we have attraction and pleasure? This person I feel like this definitely talks about this person. Perhaps this is also your attitude. Perhaps you've been once in your life in this attitude, and you can actually see through this person's behavior and be like, well, at the long run it's not going to make you happy, so why don't you just settle? But if you maybe dig deep into your own youth, maybe you've been also very much attracted to having pleasure, and that maybe this is your awakening of like, well, when I was young with this Page of Cups and innocent, I used to attract a lot of pleasures as well in my life, a lot of fun as well, because you're Leo. I mean, you still probably have, I mean, you're a Leo, but this, you know, I feel like this has been something that will remind you of how you used to be, all right? Maybe not a long time ago, maybe a long time ago, but this person is definitely going through that phase right now where they just need to have fun in their life and not wanting to be bothered with obligations, rules, you know, boxes or systems or whatsoever. You get my point, right? So it's also for you saying like, come back to that space where you also attract that pleasure, you know, without feeling guilty about it. Guilty pleasures. Oh my god, I'm gonna call this guilty pleasures. I hope you guys are not mad about that. Work through your fears, it says. You need to work through your fears. This is the new moon in Scorpio energy, and you are going through that, all right? Like, let go of your fears and come back to a place where you just attract pleasure, love, luck, and fun. All right, so that was my reading for you guys. I am going to continue this reading on Vimeo, and we're gonna see what else this person feels about you, how you feel about them, and what is about to come up next for you guys. So thank you so much for your love, for your support, and for your likes, and I'm wishing you a beautiful month for January. Bye.